Hi, I'm Sean White, representative of AQUATEK of California, and today I want to talk about AQUATEK's Deluxe CO2 Regulator. It's perfect for many CO2 injection applications, including indoor and hydroponic gardens. It's been shown that CO2 enrichment at 2, 3, or 4 times the natural concentration will promote plant growth. It's equipped with a Flowmeter that precisely illustrates the current flow rate. And furthermore, our AQUATEK CO2 Deluxe Regulator includes dual gauges in both PSI and kilograms per centimeter, and a needle valve for fine-tuning the amount of CO2 injection to maintain the desired level of CO2 concentration to achieve optimal plant growth. Like all the CO2 regulators provided by AQUATEK, it has a cool touch industrial solenoid design, and its brass construction will give you long-lasting durability and dependability. Brass is the gold standard material to manufacture gas regulators, and with good reason. Compared to aluminum, brass is stronger and more durable, making it resistant to friction, wear, and tear. This is very important since you're likely going to be removing and reinstalling your regulator many times as you replace or refill your CO2 tank. The brass construction minimizes damage to the connector's thread, which could lead to leakage. Brass has lower thermal expansion and better heat conductivity than aluminum. It's therefore capable of enduring environmental temperature variations while providing better stability and consistency during operation. Finally, brass is highly corrosion resistant in high humidity environments such as your hydroponic or indoor garden, making it a perfect choice for those applications. Next, let's talk about what comes in the box and how to install your AQUATEK Deluxe CO2 Regulator. When you open the box, you're going to find the regulator itself, some CO2 proof tubing, as well as an O-ring to be placed between the regulator and the CO2 tank to achieve a good seal. When you're ready to install the regulator, first take your CO2 tubing, remove the nut from the bottom of the regulator from the Flowmeter, thread the tubing through the nut, and push that end of the tubing onto the bottom of the Flowmeter. Next, move the nut up the tubing and thread it onto the Flowmeter. The other end of your CO2 proof tubing is going to go to your CO2 delivery device. Next, take your O-ring and place it into the regulator itself, between the regulator and the tank. We've already done this for the purpose of time. Take your CO2 tank and begin to thread the regulator onto the CGA 320 threads. Make it finger tight. Then take your adjustable wrench and give it a few more turns to make sure it's secure. Next, let's talk about how to operate your AQUATEK Deluxe CO2 Regulator. After installing it, plug in the solenoid. You should hear a click when the valve opens. Next, slowly open the CO2 tank. You only need to give it a few turns, you don't need to open up the full way. You should see the tank pressure register on the left gauge. Next, use the needle valve to adjust the flow output. The amount of flow that you need can be found by looking at the manual for the appropriate flow for a given volume. You can next use the front knob to adjust the working output pressure to your desired need.